Rahim, Multan Public School and College. Dear students, I am Asadari lecturer from Multan Public School and College. Dear students, we'll start in this lecture chapter number 13. The title of the chapter number 13 is Why did East Pakistan seek and then form the independent state? That is paper 1, the history and culture of Pakistan 20591. And in this chapter, the lecture 1 is based on some of the points from chapter number 13. The focusing point in this chapter, first one, tension between East and West Pakistan from 1947, including earlier problems over the partition of Bengal. Second, the rise of the Awami League. Third, Sheikh Mujib and Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. On the next slide, the main features of Sheikh Mujib's points, reasons for their rejection. Next, outline of the subsequent war, including the role of India. And now, dear students, these were the focusing point in this chapter. But in this lecture, we will debate and we will explain only the points which are relevant to the causes of the separation of East Pakistan. Okay, and in the pictures, the two pictures are showing in this slide. The first one is Maulvi Fazlul Haq on the right side, and on the left side the picture is showing Hussain Shaheed Suhrawardi. Both were the prominent personalities from the East Pakistan. Firstly, we will discuss the background. The role played by the people of East Pakistan during the Pakistan movement was no less important than that of the people of West Pakistan. The All Indian Muslim League had come into existence on the proposal of Nawab Salimullah Khan of Dhaka, and even afterwards, the Bengali Muslims continued to demonstrate their love for Islam. Fed up with the behavior of the Hindu businessmen, the Bengali Muslims had participated in the struggle for Pakistan more actively and more enthusiastically, like the Muslims of other provinces. Okay, on the left side, Maulvi Fazlul Haq, he belonged to East Pakistan. Okay, and he was the active member from Muslim side for getting a separate homeland in the subcontinent. Okay, the Pakistan resolution was presented by Maulvi Fazlul Haq. Okay, the title given him that the Premier of Bengal. In Urdu, we can say that the Sher-e Bengal. He presented the Pakistan resolution, and literally, who was at that time the Chief Minister of Bengal as well. And in the second picture, Hussain Shaheed Suhrawardi is there. However, a sizable number of Hindus who were economically stronger than the Muslims lived in Bengal. They continued to influence the politics of the province. Despite that, the Bengali Muslims chanted all the popular slogans of the Pakistan movement had described Islam as the basis of their nationality. During the 1946 elections, they overwhelmingly voted in favor of Pakistan. When Pakistan came into being, Hussain Shaheed Suhrawardi, the picture is showing on the left side, was the chief minister of the province on behalf of the Muslim League. Okay, and after the partition, okay, when Pakistan forming as an independent state, he had remained the Prime Minister of Pakistan as well. Now we'll discuss the causes of the separation of East Pakistan. First one, the geographical distance and the cultural difference. First, we will look upon the little bit, you can say, the words on the causes of the separation of East Pakistan, and later we'll discuss the point, the geographical distance and cultural difference. The separation of East Pakistan saw the light of the day in 1971, but it was only the culmination of a long process. The following is brief description of some of the major factors that contributing to this tragedy. Dear students, first we'll discuss the geographical distance and cultural difference. Okay, and in the figure which I have given at the, you can say, the bottom above these two pictures, the map is showing figure 13.1, unjustified three division of East and West Pakistan, and you can observe yourself that the East Pakistan and the West Pakistan, 1600 kilometer the breach was there. While analyzing the causes of the separation of East Pakistan, we cannot ignore the fact that there was a distance of 1000 miles. If we will convert into the kilometers, that is equal to 1600 kilometers. That is equivalent to the 1000 miles between the eastern and western wings of Pakistan, and between them lay the hostile India. In addition, there was marked difference in the ways of living of the people of both the wings of the country. The people of East Pakistan were radically different from those of West Pakistan from the point of view of food and dress, and due to the distance of 1000 miles, there was no mutual interaction or contact between them. That was the first reason, on the base of the geography and on the base of the culture. That was the real difference for made the cause of the separation. Secondly, dear students, we will discuss the second point, the unusual influence of the Hindus. The Hindus of East Pakistan dominated the economy and government jobs in the province. Lawyers and thinkers also belong to the same community. They originally belonged to the Indian National Congress, and after the establishment of Pakistan, they formed the Pakistan National Congress, but their behavior in the Constituent Assembly clearly manifested the fact that they had not accepted the creation of Pakistan. They continued to dance to the tunes of the Indian leadership. The 4% Hindus of the province dominated the economy and the media, and could therefore easily mold the public opinion in their favors. They cunningly acted upon a long-term plan for the separation of East Pakistan from West Pakistan. At last, they succeeded in their mission in 1971. On the next slide, dear students, we'll continue the major topic, the causes of the separation of East Pakistan. First one, economic backwardness. East Bengal had always remained economically backward before the partition of India. The Muslim of East Bengal generally believed that their economic hardships and miseries were due to the Hindu landlords and industrialists who exploited the resource of East Bengal, while themselves remaining in Calcutta. Consequently, the earnings were spent in Calcutta instead of Dhaka. After the partition, it was hoped that the Bengali Muslim would be able to utilize their own resources, but unfortunately, the East Pakistan border could not be sealed off, and it was quite easy for the Bengali Hindus to live as the citizens of both parts of Bengal, and at the same time, they continued to influence the state of affairs in East Bengal. Their economic future in West Bengal also remained in the face of widespread smuggling. No effective steps for the eradication of smuggling could be taken during the parliamentary rule because of extraordinary political influence and power of these smugglers. For this reason, the Awami League always insisted on the annulment of the smuggling ordinance. No sincere initiative was undertaken till 1958 to remove the economic disparity between East and West Pakistan. Ayub Khan made conscious efforts in this connection, but owing to its huge population, the peculiar geographical conditions, East Pakistan could not benefit from the rapid industrialization of the country and lagged behind the other provinces in the field of economic development. Next, dear students, the role of the Hindu teacher. Unfortunately, the Bengali Muslims had always lagged behind the Hindus in the field of education, and therefore the majority of the teachers in schools and colleges consisted of Hindus who incited the Bengali Muslim youths to rebel against the ideology of Pakistan. They inculcated in them the feelings of Bengali nationalism and put them on course of getting independence from Pakistan. Next point, the issue of Bengali language. The first landmine planted by the Hindus to demolish the national unity was the issue of the Bengali language. They had organized demonstrations in support of Bengali even during the period of Qaid-e-Azam. But these germs could not flourish during the Qaid's life on account of his extraordinary influence and grip over the minds of the people. This issue remained unresolved for many years due to the inefficiency of his successors. Ultimately, the central leadership accepted Bengali as the second national language of the country, but it was too late because as a result of this movement, they had planted the seeds of hatred. Now, dear students, that's all from my side. The assignments for your people. First one, what was the Operation Searchlight? Okay, that is, you can say, the question for you will find yourself the answer. You will find yourself and read the topic on page 138 from your book, written by Nigel Kelly. On this, the topic is there, Operation Searchlight. You will find the answer of this source-based question. And secondly, what was a state language day? That was, you can see, the protest of the Bengali students, which was launched in 1952, okay, from their side, and the topic was there, social and cultural disparity, okay, on page 135, and you will find yourself the answer of this source-based question, okay. And thirdly, why did East Pakistan seek independence from West Pakistan? That is, you can say, the B part question, reasoning based question, and you will do yourself these three questions. Means that the first two questions based on the source work question is there, questions are there, and lastly the B part question, okay. And that's all from my side here, students.